My name is Shan Turnbull. I live in Sydney, Australia, and I'm principal of the International Institute for Self-Governance and the Sustainable Money Working Group. I'm trained as a scientist and an engineer, and I did a Master of Business Administration degree at Harvard Business School. I then did a PhD on grounding the science of governance in the natural sciences. Many countries in Europe and England and around the world are finding there's a liquidity squeeze, and governments don't know how to get liquidity down to small businesses. They pump money, trillions of dollars in sterling and yen and euros into banks, but it doesn't get into small business. There's an urgent need for the government to introduce a supplementary currency to stimulate the economies in a way that they don't go into debt or require taxes. And the way to do that is to use cell phones, which make cost-carrying money feasible again. Cost-carrying money means that you use the money or you lose it in the cost charge, which are less than those of credit cards. And in that way, the government collects the cost-carrying fee, and that fee is collected over the year to redeem the money. So it becomes self-liquidating, self-financing money. And this is money that they can actually give away to small business. They don't have to lend it to small business. They give it to small business because the money they give away, they use it, and you've got to pay a fee for the use of the money. And the government collects the fee, which pays back the government the cost of giving the money away. And this is why it's self-liquidating. And this is why it stimulates the economy very rapidly. And it worked very well in the Great Depression when it was issued privately. What we need is initiatives from the government to issue this complementary currency through the cell phones. And this will provide the technology for a lot of complementary currencies to then hop on the bandwagon to use the technology to get local currencies, privately issued local currencies to get local communities going, as well as the national economy. Well, the vision we have in the Sustainable Money Working Group is to introduce an independent, objective unit of account which can't be manipulated by central banks, speculators, bank failures or contagion from other areas. And the most attractive and compelling source is to use the value of benign electricity generated from sustainable sources. And once it's in place, you have a stable value for 20 or 30 years for the life of the technology. And you get an independent unit of value, and you also make sustainable energy much more competitive, because the main cost of sustainable energy is its finance costs, because it costs 3 or 4 times more to build an electrical generator with renewable energy than with burning coal, and in this, or carbon. In this way, by introducing a negative interest rate money with an independent unit of value tied to renewable energy, you change the relative prices and values of costs of all resources in the economy. And you make it much more competitive, so you don't need carbon taxing or trading. It's a way to create a sustainable global economy, as well as sustainable liquidity for small and medium-sized enterprises, as well as a sustainable unit of value which can't be manipulated by government, speculators, bank failures and contagion. It's tremendously exciting to feel one might be able to make a difference, and perhaps not in my lifetime now, but perhaps in the next generation to take over. But it's an investment for my children, and hopefully one day when they have children, because otherwise we're not going to sustain civilization on the world the way it's going now. And so it's just, we're reaching a tipping point where the financial system is bound to collapse. Everybody's expected to. What we need to do is build these financial lifeboats of self-financing, self-liquidating, sustainable, stable money.